Receiving a good education has always been fundamental to development. The curriculum taught, how it is taught, and more importantly, the way it is received and digested by students is vital to maintaining quality in the education system. Many of the current lectures taught at university follow a monotonous routine of students sitting in a classroom or lecture theatre, listening to the professor while he elaborates on information presented on pre-prepared PowerPoint slides. While this can often provide students with a visual aid to maintain their attention, it is not unusual for students' thoughts to wander off the lecture topic. Additionally, the usual assessment methods used is a final exam at the end of the semester and an essay submission halfway through. It is understandable that assignments like these are needed to assess the student's abilities without the pressure of exam conditions. However, these written assignments often only cover one core topic of the module, and unless the topic is represented in the final exam, it does not assist the student's retrieval of information and thus produces poor grades. Now, we all know that no student likes taking tests. Many lecturers also like the idea of fewer tests as it means less marking. However, without tests, it can often be difficult to measure the student's understanding of the material.
One of the key principles of learning is the testing effect. Research has demonstrated that tests enhance the retention of information more so than additional study of the information. Roediger and Karpik 2006 agree and additionally highlighted that taking tests even without feedback can have this effect. Wheeler, Evers, and Buonanno in 2003 added further to this idea by demonstrating that students who were repeatedly tested had a greater effect on overall recall than students who were exposed to repeated study conditions even after a week. Furthermore, Wheeler and Roediger in 1992 found that taking multiple tests were much more beneficial than taking a single test. Thus, if institutions were to neglect testing students, they would be missing an opportunity to enhance the learning experience.
For this reason, we have decided to apply the testing effect to the current way students are being encouraged to learn, which we believe will improve their overall performance. Thus, we propose testing at the beginning of every week via short answer quizzes, which tests all previous week's learning outcomes. This will then be followed by a final exam at the end of the semester, which will examine the content of the full module. We have decided to test students via short answer quizzes because in a previous study by McDaniel, Anderson and colleagues in 2006, the effects of testing in a within-student design was conducted. The students were asked to take either short answers or multiple-choice quizzes or read statements without taking a test. When tested later in exams, students performed better on the content that had been quizzed, more specifically quizzed by short answers, than they did on content that was either reread or that they had not been additionally exposed to. As a result, for our intervention, we expect to see an increase in students' retention of all material. This will be most significantly illustrated in their performance in the final exam. In addition to the direct effects of frequent testing that have been discussed, students who are faced with tests each week are more likely to engage in class, which will help avoid their stress and anxiety when preparing for the final exam.